Solve this equation. Now, each time we see such an equation, the first thing that we'll think of is a quadratic formula. Now, that shouldn't be the case always. So the first thing that you can try to do is that try to factorize this and see if you can factorize this. These questions are common for paper 1. Therefore, if you find such a question in paper 1, just know that you're supposed to factorize this. So how do you try to factorize? You're supposed to find your product and your what? And your sum. Then you can find the factors. What's our product? Our product is the coefficient of x squared and the coefficient of this is just your constant, of course, which is a 6. Coefficient of x squared by your constant, that's of course -6. Then what's our sum? Our sum is -1, which is the coefficient of x. Now see something here. Our product is a negative, our sum is a negative. If the product is a negative, that means one of the factors must be a negative, the other one must be a positive. Then, if our sum is a negative, that means from the two factors, the bigger number must be a negative, the smaller number must be a positive. Why is that? When you're subtracting, you always follow the sign of the bigger number. Now, what two numbers can be multiplied to give us a 6? Because that's a product. So 1 by 6. What else? 2 by 3. So we've said the bigger number must be a what? A negative. So a negative. 1 by 6, -6. Like that. This is -6. This is -6. But when we try to add them, 1 plus -6. 1 plus -6, that's -5. Then 2 plus -3, that's of course -1. So this is the one that actually qualifies. So if we multiply them, they're giving us, of course, a -6. Then if we add them, they're giving us a -1. So that means it's x squared then plus 2x minus 3x then minus 6 is equal to a 0. We factorize x, then x plus 2, then what's common? Minus 3, x, 3 into -6, that's plus 2 is equal to 0. That means x plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. That means x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to -2 or +3. These are the values of x. That's what you have. Now, the rule is this. If the product is a positive, that means both factors must have the same signs. If the product is positive, both factors must have the same signs, meaning the sign can either be negative or it can be positive. That's the thing. So if the product is positive, just know that the factors will have the same signs, meaning if the sum is negative, meaning both factors must be negatives. That's the thing. If the product is a positive, then the sum is also a positive. That means both factors must be positives. If the product is a negative, meaning one of the two numbers must be a negative. If the sum is a negative, that means of the two numbers, the bigger one is the one that's a negative. If the product is a negative, yet the sum is a positive, meaning one factor is a positive, the other one is a negative, but from those two numbers, the bigger number is a positive. That's why the sum is a positive. But if you multiply them, you'd see that there's a negative and there's a positive, you simply get a negative. But if you add them, the bigger number is a positive, the smaller number is a negative, you definitely get a positive as your answer. Now, if you're writing under GCE this year, we have online classes that are ongoing. You can register for our classes. Now, from now until the 1st of July, we are doing topical reviews and past paper questions. So we go through past paper questions, but we review some certain things. You can join right now. Then from the 1st of July until the 10th of August, we shall be going through full past paper questions. Through full past paper questions. That means if it's mathematics, paper 1 and paper 2. Science, paper 1, paper 2. Biology, paper 1, paper 2. English, paper 1, paper 2. That's how we shall be moving from the 1st of July to the 11th of August. In fact, 10th of August, since the 11th of August, that's the last day. So the classes will be done on Zoom and they will be recorded, meaning if you go for work, if you're busy, if your phone does not support Zoom, you can still join the recorded classes, meaning after we do our Zoom classes, you will definitely be receiving the recordings in the group. We shall definitely be doing the classes from 18 to 24 every day, Saturdays and Sundays included. So there are no weekends, since you really have a lot of work to do. So 18 to 24 daily from the 1st of July to the 10th of August. If you don't register for these classes, send me a message on WhatsApp. If you know someone who is writing under GCE, you can let them know that we'll be going through full past paper questions. Make sure that you actually mention someone in the comment section if you know that they're writing under GCE. So this is Dr. Pepos, and yours truly is actually signing out.